Hello, Yurits. Welcome back again. We're going to be looking at how to kill our crocodile when the banana and the crocodile collide with each other. So we saw last time in the video the banana is moving left and right, and we can move our crocodile into the banana. So before we get into writing the code for that, there's something really important we need to set up. And I did this in class with you guys already. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these things. So you see that maybe from scratch. We'll do this from scratch. Okay, one of the things that you want to organize in your game is you want to organize enemies. So something maybe like a banana is a poisonous banana moving back and forth. And your alligator or your crocodile is the player. Now, Stencyl is pretty ambiguous in determining actors and players. Player really is the character that you are playing or controlling. Actors is anything else that might appear on your screen. So when we talk about players or the person playing the game, that's what players usually is. But enough of that. What we want to do now, to distinguish good guys and bad guys, we want to create bad guys. So bad guys, enemies, whatever you want to name it, bad guys. So I'll name it bad guys this time. Now, bad guys, we want bad guys to collide with, right, so this reads bad guys will collide with players or actors. And sometimes we have good guys or power-ups or items. So I'm going to go back here to settings, and by default they'll be over here on settings. So you just look down here under groups, and while I'm at it, I'm also going to add we'll call it items dash power-ups. So these are things that you might collect, like maybe collecting coins in Mario or other types of power-ups in other games. So these are things that we want to collect. And we want our power-ups. If we want our player to be able to collect them, then our player has to be able to detect them or collide with them. So I'm just going to check players and actors to be safe. Okay, we're almost ready to go now. I'm going to go back to my bananas, and you'll find that all of these things, bananas, pineapples, monkeys, all have properties. And the most important thing, I'm going to check my crocodile property, because that's our player. So our crocodile is an actor, and the most important thing for other fruits like bananas and pineapples is we now want to maybe make these things either bad guys or power-ups. Now, assuming for this one, I want to make my bananas bad guys because it's a poisonous banana. So it's going to be evil and it's going to kill my crocodile. So now that I've made it a bad guy, this will make our life a little bit easier because you'll find that maybe some of them are actors, and actors may not collide with other actors. Actors may not collide with players, but you'll recall that in settings, let's do this one more time, you'll see that we set up our bad guys to always collide with players and actors. So we know they are going to touch and hit each other. Okay, now the fun part. We're going to go over to our crocodile. And so let's say we want, this is interesting, don't need that anymore. Okay, so for our crocodile is going to die. So this is already set up from last time. I'm just going to remove that. Very straightforward. Add an event. We're going to, it's my video playing in the background. Just cover that up so it doesn't confuse you guys. We're going to add an event, collision. We're going to make a collision between type and type. And all you need to do is click on one of these. You have to click on both of them. Click one more time on choose actor type. And this time we're going to choose our crocodile, right? Because that's what's colliding with our choose actor type, banana. So if we read this, when a crocodile hits a banana, we're going to go to actors and properties. And it's one of the very first things here, alive or dead. We're going to kill. And you'll see that when you release the mouse, actor changes to self. We're going to go over here. So kill self. And that should be about it. So when a crocodile touches a banana, kill self. Self is, of course, if you look up here, is the crocodile. So the crocodile is going to die. All right, let's see if this works or not. Go to minimize some of my stuff. I'm going to wait for this to reload. Okay, I'm going to run to banana. Oh, yes, that's exactly what we're looking for. So when the crocodile touches the banana, crocodile dies. That's exactly what we want to try. And just to extend this a little bit further, if you want, let's say you want to eat the banana, then what we would want to do is obviously we want to remove this because we don't want the crocodile to die. So I'm going to remove this time. We then go over to our banana, and it's going to be exactly the same thing. So because we're on our bananas now, we're going to add our event, collision, type and type. And again, it's the same thing. Choose an actor. Crocodile hits a banana. And we're still going to go over here to actors and properties. We're still going to kill. Okay, we release. It's going to say self. But this time, self is a banana rather than the crocodile. Okay, so let's just test this out. And there's one last little thing that we'll need to do. And I'll show you guys that right after we test this out. Okay, so now our crocodile should eat the banana. Now, occasionally, you may get, we're going to go over here to physics. And is it physics? It's under collision. Yes, it is. Okay. Now, occasionally you might see that when it touches an object, your crocodile may bounce off of it, or it might feel like it might stand for a moment. So that's there's this property under collisions where it says is a sensor. So it allows shapes to be detected, and they produce a response, a collision response, but they don't appear to be solid. So sometimes it's safer especially when you're collecting items, to make it a sensor, and that way it won't really collide or perform any physics on the collision. It'll just the collision detection will be there, but it won't perform any physics on it, which means, if you were to, if one person hit another, if a student hit another student, then usually the person A hits person B would move. So what this does is that inside the game, it still says student A hits student B, but student B won't be moving, but maybe it'll die or disappear in our case. Okay, if that didn't really make sense, come check, ask me in class. We'll see you guys next time.